Good morning, Morai v'Rabotai, Moadim l'Simcha, Hagim u'Zmanim l'Sason. B'ezrat Hashem, Mincha is going to be 7:40. Hayom Shisha Asar Yom LaOmer Shem Shnei Shavuot U'Shnei Yamim. Today's learning is the Ilui Nishmat Yosef ben Moshe Halevi, sponsored by Mirakov La Chazak u'Baruch. Further sponsorships, please contact Rabbi Babayev. Continuing in the halachot of telling a goy. Actually, we should say not telling a goy. If a goy, like we said, does and turns on a light or does other milachot, other prohibited labors for a Jew, we said it's asur to benefit from it. Included in that, what's considered benefit? Anything that you wouldn't have otherwise been able to do is called a benefit. Example, let's say it's at night and the room is dark and he went ahead on his own and turned on the light for the Jew. It is asur for him to read, which he would not have been able to do otherwise, or eat a meal, which he wouldn't have been able to do otherwise. Those things are asur. But anything that he could have done without the light, for example, just sitting there, the goy went ahead and turned on the light for him. He just wants to sit there. He doesn't have to leave the room, because sitting there you could do even when it's dark. Or a different example, let's say it's the middle of the day and there's windows, and you could really see anyway. The light just made it a little bit easier to see. But really, you're able to see without him turning on the light. So he didn't do anything major. He didn't do anything significant that you otherwise wouldn't have been able to do. Then it is mutar, it is permitted to benefit from it. You're still, obviously, it's very important to clarify, because sometimes people don't realize, it's still asur 100% to tell him to do that. Meaning you can't say, well, I'm not really benefiting so much, so let me tell him, or let me hint to him. Those would for sure be asur. The question here is, are you prohibited in also benefiting from it? The answer is no. You're not prohibited in benefiting unless there's a legitimate benefit that I otherwise would not have been able to do. Another example would have been if he cooked food. So raw food, you can't eat it. You takes a piece of meat, stomach problem, bishulei goyim. You take anything really. Something that's not ole al shulchan melachim, as an example. Things that don't have the issue of bishulei goyim, and he went ahead and cooked it on Shabbat for you, you would not be able to benefit, because that benefit is tangible and it's sensible, and therefore that would be asur, as another example, and so on and so forth. Any example where the goy doing the melacha directly changes the situation, that would be something that is asur. But if it just enhances a current situation, there's another example. You were in a room and he turned on the air conditioning for you. It's not considered a total benefit, and therefore you could have really stayed in the room without the air conditioner. He just changed the degrees, another 3-4 degrees in one direction or another, but staying in the room would not be a prohibition under those circumstances. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen.